I think I did it right. Hope I didn't just mess all this up. Woo! Woo! Chili cheese fries, man. Woo! Those were good though. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I'm live. How we doing? Woo! How we doing tonight, guys? Let's see. Who do we got? Who do we got? All right, I see Papadino in the chat. How you doing tonight? See a few familiar names. All right. As always, we got to start tonight off with a giveaway. So let me just make some giveaways real quick. Forgot to make some giveaways. Good evening. How you doing tonight, LED Ryan? Photo. Oh, I see Mr. Cardboard Looting. How you doing tonight? Okay. Whoop. I forgot to make multiple. Forgot to make more than one givey. Nine more. Yeah. Should be satisfactory for the time being. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we got enough givvies now. Wonderful. All right. Okay. So, get started for our giveaways. Let's see. What promo singles do I have to give away? Okay. Yeah, I can rock with these. All right, we're going to be giving away a Crippling Fear and the Mayhem Devil. Both of these are promos. If I can get it up on the stand. There we go. All right. We'll be starting up this giveaway right now. Let me see what I have on the docket for tonight. Okay, so it looks like... Okay, so we'll be doing $1 singles as always, but we have product available. We have EOE collector boosters. In fact, I think, yeah, we still got one left in the bin right here. We got a whole box of play boosters. And then we have sealed for a bunch of other sets, including collector boosters. We also recently got Modern Horizons 2 sealed. So if that sounds cool to you, go ahead, take a look in the bin. I got a whole new box of our $1 start singles, so I got a bunch of fresh new product that we're going to be running tonight. And after that, I hope you guys like the sound of this. This right here is a stack of hit singles that I can run. And we got some pretty good stuff. We got Polluted Delta, Achroma's Will, Gemstone Caverns, Retrozz. We got a lot of cool stuff in this pile here. So that will be run throughout the night as well. I think that's everything. I believe so. So while we wait for this giveaway to go off, Sneaky little little team bag there. Oh, it was a penny sleeve. A little team bag. All right, we'll have our Givy sitting right here. I need to crack one open. You guys ready for this? Hold on. Lovely sound. If I can keep from spilling it on myself like a buffoon. Oh my goodness. Make sure I didn't get any on my shirt, because that's red. You hear they're gonna be like getting rid of Red 40 soon? You believe that? They're gonna be getting rid of Red 40? That's crazy to me. You know, like it's everywhere, but apparently pretty soon it's gonna be no more Red 40. All right, let's take a look and see what we got in our new $1 singles. Yeah, as a like the food dye. Yeah, they're gonna be getting rid of like they're gonna make it not outlawed, but like you cannot use it in commercial food anymore. I just thought that was interesting. All right, we're gonna be starting tonight with our first single. It's gonna be the Retrozz Deaf Gastronaut show full art. It's gonna be in the foil, so not the Galaxy foil, but still a very shiny, nice foil. I know, I need my daily intake of microplastics. I love, waiter, more slop, please. Like, come on. I need lead paint in my body now. And that's why I'll stay eating lead paint. It's ridiculous, man, what this country's coming to. That's a different one. I think that's gonna be Red 10. Red 10 is insect-based. It's something else, but they get it from bugs, because Red 40 currently is actually a byproduct of oil processing. Yeah, that's a little fun fact for you. Speaking of food, we're gonna throw up Retrozz Deaf Gastronaut. Put up the starting at just $1. Yes, literal plastic. Like not even like, oh, it's a, it's like kind of like, no, it is a byproduct of oil processing. I learned that today because my friend told me. That's the Red 40 talking. I'm okay. I'm just playing it up for the camera because it's funny. All right. Purge my house of added sugar again. Yeah, I'm dying. Congratulations to Hubcake on the Retrozz. Whoops. It is addictive. I'll say that. I'd say it is addictive. The reason it's addictive though is very interesting. It's because our body does want to naturally process sugar, and so. Like the sweetness makes it creates dopamine because it's something that our body wants to be consuming. Hey, congratulations to Rebranded on winning our giveaway. Where did I put the penny sleeves? How did I move them? So silly. There we go. All right. Rebranded, you are now the proud owner of this Crippling Fear promo and a Mayhem Devil. Let me make a little bag for you real quick. Yeah, no problem. I hope you stick around. Alright. Get this sleeved up for you. I'd say I just recently got a bunch of my singles that I've been like ordering in. So I got like a bunch of cool stuff. I got a Cosmo. Is it Cosmo? Is that his name? The little dog planeswalker that you roll the dice? I don't remember what it's called. Alright, I see Jack in the chat now. Oh, thank you very much, Rebrandon. Comment, that's what it was. I really appreciate it. So Jack, can I run your card now? Do you want me to run your card now? Or do you still need time to get ready so you can be right on that counter bid, Alright. Up next is going to be Funeral Room and Awakening Hall. When a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. When you unlock the door, return all creatures from your graveyard to the battlefield. You're not driving anymore? Good. I don't want you bidding while driving and then getting into like an accident, you know? Oh my gosh, don't say that. Don't say that. Goodness gracious, man. Final Fantasy stuff? Why? I used to Whatnot and drive all the time. Dude, that's about to be the next, like, Virginia Department of Motor Vehicles kind of ads. It's gonna be like, you know, no more online bidding while driving. It's gonna be crazy. Can't wait to see it. Alright, what else do I got in here? I still haven't fully taken a look at every single thing that is in this new box. Okay. Up next, we'll put up a Profane Tutor. That's Suspend 2 for a payment of 1 and a black. Rather than play this card from your hand, you pay that much, exile it, and put 2 time counters on it. And at the beginning of your upkeep, remove a time counter. Until then, you can cast a spell. And then after that is search your library for a card, then put it into your hand and shuffle. So, a pretty good tutor. We'll be starting this up at just $1. I can't believe. Don't say it's somewhat viable. It sounds like a viable way of getting into a car accident, if you ask me. But, what do I know? Ooh. And it's like, without headlights because they burned out, didn't they? Oh my gosh. Congratulations, Hupcake. You guys are worrying me about your Whatnot habits. I'm starting to get a little nervous here. You know, it's like... Alright. Up next, it's gonna be a real spicy one. This is a real winner here, alright? You guys take me serious. Torpor Orb. Creatures entering the battlefield don't cause abilities to trigger. It's now 30 minutes to the McDonald's. Not bad, that's not bad. I mean, my drive here is only like 5-10 minutes. It took a little bit longer because I stopped to get food on the way, took a different route. I'd say I very much like a low commute. Alright, hope everyone's ready for a Torpor Orb. We're gonna be starting it just $1. Very good. Very refreshing. After a long day at work, to go to my other job and work. But I mean, it's not working if you love it. Is it really work if you love it? I don't know. Me thinks otherwise. Congratulations, Hupcake. Alright. Still work if you love it. I mean, but that's the thing. Like, work implies it's like, you know, I don't know what the definition of work is. So, I mean, I'm just kind of basing it off of the fact that work is the thing that you do because you need to. And so, this isn't even something I need to do, but I love doing it. All right, up next is going to be Gold Vein Hydra. For X and a green, it has Vigilance, Trample, and Haste. And it enters with X +1/+1 counters. And when it dies, create a number of tapped treasure tokens equal to its power. This will be started up just $1. Sorry I wasn't born earlier. I don't know what you want me to say. Like, you know, sorry I wasn't born before seatbelts were mandatory and, you know, I didn't have to worry as much about strangers scooping me off the playground. I don't know. I'll take it out. My bad. Congratulations to Henry2469. I don't know what you want me to say. Like, come on. My goodness. We're getting a lot of rain here, so like the pressure keeps changing. Whereas, yeah, sucked him with the solid. Yeah, I mean, I'm still, you know, I'm still working my way to like the full-time job. But I mean, dude, if I could make this my full-time job. All right, up next is gonna be Ancient Cornucopia. Whenever you cast a spell that's one or more colors, you gain 1 life of each of that spell's colors. Do this only once each turn, and tap to add 1 mana of any color. Oh my gosh, this has a quote from Bristly Bill. That thing's trying to... That's crazy, man. Sorry, I've been trying to get a Bristly Bill since OTJ came out. So, you know, Sly Dog has eluded me for so long. Let me get him one day. Let me get him one day. Whew. Trying to get the Chaos Emeralds? Yeah, I'd say as soon as I found out that they were going to be doing Chaos Emeralds, I'm like, wait, that's so cool. That's actually way past, like, you know, totally just awesome. 3 down, 4 to go. Hey, best of luck, man. Crossing my fingers, crossing my toes. Whole box Saturday. I don't know where he is, man. I don't know. He eludes the common man. Like, Mike was opening box after box after box and only got, like, I think 3. He opened, like, dozens of, not dozens, maybe not dozens, but a good amount of boxes. And that's the thing. I'm not going to pay $65 for Bristly Bill. I want to get Bristly Bill. Not that bad. Up next is going to be Slick Shot Show Off. The bird wizard with flying and haste, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it gets +2/+0. Wait. Oh, Slick Shot Show Off gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Just a really solid spell slinger card. I think everyone has kind of gotten their Slick Shot Show Offs. Shieldred the Apocalypse. She's still, yeah, still 70. Yeah, I can't see myself dropping that kind of money on a card right now. You know, like maybe one day if I'm living in Hollywood Hills because I found my way into some insane cash and I just got nothing better to do with myself. Maybe. But for the time being, while I'm still a somewhat, you know, relatively normal individual with a good amount of money, I'll pass. Congratulations, Henry, on the Slick Shot Show Off. Let's keep this bird train going, because up next we have Aven Interrupter, a bird rogue with flash flying, and when it enters the battlefield, exile target spell, it becomes plotted. And spells your opponents cast from the graveyard or exile cost 2 more to cast. What else do I have in this little shindig here? Ooh, okay. Got some pretty cool stuff here, I'm not gonna lie. Trying to decide though. Nah, I'll be alright. Whoop. This one is going to Hupcake. Congratulations. Nah, I'm different. I wouldn't let that happen. No way. Up next is going to be Court of Grace. When it enters, you become the Monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 white spirit with flying. If you're the Monarch, create a 4/4 white angel instead. Whew. Nah, I wouldn't let that happen. Look, if I'm living in Hollywood, that means I got some money on me, right? Which means I'm getting top of the line security, probably gonna, go out with a group of people, and whether he's paid or not, I will have a big jacked dude with me who just towers over and doesn't say a word. His name's like Brutus or something, and he just, the whole time. All right, congratulations to Henry. I already watch out for Candy Vans. Come on, how old do you think I am? All right, up next is going to be Storage Matrix. As long as Storage Matrix is untapped, each player chooses artifact, creature, or land during his or her untap step. That player can only untap permanents of the chosen type. No, yeah, he'd have a name like Tiny Tim, Cupcake. I'm trying to think of like other. Yeah, like I love the ironic, like like the pit bull named Princess versus like the Rottweiler. What is it? Yeah, like the Rottweiler named like Cupcake, and then there's like the giant Mastiff named Destroyer. I feel like that's a reference, and I feel bad I'm not getting it. Oh, hold on. I wasn't paying. Did anyone scoop up the Storage Matrix? Henry, did you scoop this up? Or did Whatnot just, bug on me? Sometimes Whatnot does that. It'll... No, sir? Okay, I gotcha. Appreciate you. Just wanted to make sure that it wasn't bugging on me. All right, we got a sale for an MH2 set booster pack. All right, let me grab the box for you real quick. Who's a Chatterfang? Hey, Chatterfang. All right. Would you like to pick from somewhere in the box, or would you like me to hot hands it and pick one for you? Right second from the back. Okay. So we have the back, and then two. Fix that real quick. All right, here's your pack. Wow, there we go. All right, would you like me to open it on stream here, or would you like it sealed? I'd say, I don't know how you feel about, this being like an older product. Totally get it if you want to see it. All right, let's see what we get. Good luck indeed. I have not opened MH2 before, so this is gonna be a new experience for both of us. A very interesting experience. Get him, is Esper Sentinel in this? Ooh, that would be a nice pull. That would be a really nice pull. If we could get an Esper Sentinel, phenomenal. You got an art card. Oh, that's a lovely art card. Oh, look at that. Art cards are always a good sign in my book. What art card? Silver Bluff Bridge? That's wonderful. All right. You got a Plains, Mental Journey, Lose Focus, like I did now, Phantasmal Dreadmaw, Fetch Lands, I figured, yeah. Terramorph, not bad. Glinting Creeper, haven't seen that one before. Sweep the Skies. We got the crazy named one. I'm a Fetch Land. That's Asmora. There we go. I'm not gonna call it that. But we got Asmora. Ooh, a Diamond Lion. Discard your hand, sacrifice Diamond Lion. Ooh, interesting. A Gorilla Shaman. Blacksmith Skill in the retro frame. And, ooh, we got one of the Indestructibles lands. We got a Slagwoods Bridge. I love the artifact lands. I love them so much because things that count artifacts count this, and also it's indestructible. So someone was like, hey, you need to get rid of that land. And I said, You said destroy all lands. Indestructible. So it's a pretty nifty pickup. I highly recommend grabbing them. And then you got the Magic mini game. But congratulations on your pulls. No Esper Sentinel, but not too shabby. Gotta move some stuff around here. I gotta figure out the plan. Still trying to... We changed a bit of the setup here in the office. Ooh, going in for another MH2 set booster. All right. Let me know where you'd like to pick from, or if you'd like me to hot hands it. Left second from the back. Gotcha, gotcha. Let's find this bad boy real quick. Lift it up. I'm just gonna put it right here. Left, second from the back. That's this one. There we go. Wow. All right, good luck, good luck. That one opened. Quite nice. All right. Open it up like a chocolate bar, you know? Take a bite out of it. All right. Ooh, we have another art card. Ooh, gnarly. What is this? Flay Essence. That's a gnarly art card. All right. Ooh, that's a pretty mountain. That is a beautiful mountain. MH2 lands are beautiful, man. We have a Dross Fire Bridge. This is another one of the artifact lands. All right. They are? That's awesome to hear. We have Terminal Agony, Fodder Tosser, Scophos Reaver, ooh, Viashino Lash Claw, Barbed Spike, Slag Strider, ooh, General Ferris, Rokeric. This is hexproof for multicolored, and whenever you cast a multicolored spell, create a 4/4 Golem. Interesting. Ooh, you got a Zuran Orb. Very nice. Phantasmal Dreadmaw. Ooh, Glimmer Baron? Interesting. I've never seen that before. And that's the pack. All right. And I see Rebrandon. You went in for an EOE booster. Would you like me to hot hands it, or would you like to pick from somewhere inside the box? It's right here in front of us already, so I can just grab it from right in front of us. Hot hands? All right. All right. Whew, gotta wake these bad boys up. All right. Something tells me to go down to the bottom. This one right here. 100%. All right, here we are. We have an EOE play booster. Let's see what we get. Sure, man. Whatever you say, boss. All right, we have a Plasma Volt, Hull Carver, Mental Modulation, Lux Knight Breacher, Diplomatic Relations, Warplate Pangolin, Pinnacle Killship, Dubious Delicacy, Bygone Colossus, Full Bore, Mecha Navigator, Nimnon, the right hand, Pull Through the Weft, and a Plains with a Lander token. Alright. Let's see what we got up next. It is a fun card. It's also fun to say, or at least fun to say wrong if you're me. Because I'll sit there for like an hour just going, you know, just to mess with someone if they're trying to like understand what card. Song? Can't say I'm familiar. You're gonna have to enlighten me. I can open up your MH2 in just a second. I just gotta crack open a new thing of bean bags real quick so I can get you guys all packed up. Would you like to pick from somewhere in the box? Or would you like me to just hot hand it? Bob. That's you talking about the song Mystic Enforcer? That's a fan of Molchat Doma. Oh wait, Brandon already has one. I'm so silly. Well, this one's gonna be for night anyway, so. Ah, the Quacking Duck. Good to see you, friend. Any words of wisdom to imbue on us tonight? Alright. You said hot hands. Alright. I got your MH2 booster right here, Knight. Let's see what we get. Alas. I cannot brute force rip these. I had stronger ceilings sometimes. Alright. Ooh, very nice art card. Beautiful. That's a worm. I know that much. Junk Winder. Okay. We have a forest. I'd have to check. I'm gonna have to check on another one. We have Fairgrounds Patrol. Soul of Migration. Piercing Rays. I don't think y'all want me putting your mouth on your my mouth on your packs to tear it open. I don't think that's a good idea. Disciple of the Sun. Chazaris Charger. Besides, I normally charge extra for that. Sudden Edict. Break the Ice. Ooh, Dakon Shadow Slayer. This is sick. This looks like the Lich King from World of Warcraft. That's actually really cool. The plus one ability of just Surveil too. That's sick. All right. Chance Encounter. Abundant Harvest. And Step Through in the foil. Ooh, with a Yavimaya Scion. A tree folk with protection from artifacts. Very silly art. Dagon is really cool. Wow, that's awesome. That's actually really cool. You can't escape it. Have you opened like multiple of them? Yo, Knight, you trying to sell your jacket? Trying to catch $1? It's like 20th or better. Wow. Good night. All right. Let me. All right, Jack. You want me to hot hands? Let me just make sure I'm doing this in the right order. All right. Before I grab yours, Jack, Papadino, you got the last EOE collector booster that we have in this box here. So I'm gonna put this right here. All right. Let's see what we get. Oh wait, does this one have the pull tab? Where is it? What? Is it on the bottom? Oh, these don't have the pull tabs. No way. Come on. I've gotten them open before. There we go. All right, Papadino, best of luck. We have Mechanozoa. Peregrine Beckoner, Cod Landseeker, Galactic Wayfarer, it's just like me for real, Divert Disaster, Tanook Memorial Ensign in the foil. I spent a good week and a half hunting down this guy, and it took me that long to get one. It was crazy, man. Timeline Color, Specimen Freighter, Wedge Light Rammer. You have a Galaxy Foil Swamp. Ooh, Sasur Secundi, Void Altar. A Scouring Swarm in the extended art. A Bioengineered Future in the extended art. Swarmyard. Very nice. Ooh, that's in the Galaxy Foil too. That's Swarmyard in the Galaxy Foil. Very nice. Sunstar Chaplain, extended art foil. And here's your art card. Very hot. Very hot. Congratulations on your pack. Alright, Jack. I'm gonna grab a random pack for you once I finish with Papadino's little baggie. How do we feel about the music tonight, guys? I'm trying something a little bit different. Decided to switch it up a little bit. Alright, let me grab the image. This one's good. This one's good. I think this is a pretty good one. Good as any. Alright, Jack. Here's your MH2 set booster. Okay, do they have the pull tabs? I don't see any. Unless I'm dense. Nope. No pull tab. Alright. See if I can get it open. There we go. Ooh, art card off the rip. This is Yusuri Fortune's Flame. I was gonna say I recognized it. Some did, some didn't. Figure a check. Yeah, it's a, worth a shot. It's kind of like up in the air on which ones they put a pull tab on. Alright, so you got a Swamp Jack. You got a Thorn Glint Bridge. This is an indestructible artifact land. Love these. Captured by Lagax. The Knighted Mirror. Love mirrors. Love those little guys. And a Mirror Scrapperling. Hello, Mr. Mirror Scrapperling. Ooh, Captain Ripley Vance. Not bad, not bad. Throbbing Watcher. Flame Tongue Yearling. Ooh. Jack, I may have to buy this one off you. I'm not gonna lie. I may have to try and sneak this one off you. Rise and Shine. Sea Drake. Ooh, the Road to Ruin in the this is like the thumbnail drawings that they do. It's very cool. I have a few of these. Love to see them. I just think they look really nice. Goblin Trap Runner is going to be your foil. And that's your pack. That was for Jack. Hot hands both your packs? Yes, sir. You gotcha, boss. Hey, Pop, how you doing? Yeah, I got you, Knight. I just gotta double check, make sure I got the list going good. Alright, let me open up 2 EOE for Papadino real quick, and I can get to you. Ooh. Something tells me that it's gonna be the third one down on both of these. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, here we are. Let's see what we get. Yeah, no, I'd say it's all good, and that's the thing. Whatnot's been bugging for me recently, where it'll show a product like multiple times being sold, like in the list, it'll show like Papadino bought 2 EOE play boosters like 3 different times, and it's like, I don't think he did. All right, but we have a Star Breach Whale, Starport Security, Germinating Worm, Cav Landseeker, Embrace Oblivion, Cloud Sculpt Technician, Chrome Companion, Zookeeper Mechan, Meltstrider Eulogist, very nice, Scout for Survivors, Afariel Dreaming Acolyte, yeah, Emissary Escort is going to be your rare, with Scrounge for Eternity as your foil. Ooh, and a full art forest, not too shabby. Finish up with a Lander token. Sure, multiple. Oh, you did. Sure enough. All right. That is pack number 1 for Papadino. Good night. I still got some of those chili cheese fries stuck in me. Alright, up next is Gravblade Heavy, Divert Disaster, Banishing Light, Sammy's Curiosity, Slag Drill Scrapper, Dock Worker Drone, Zealous Display, Reroute Systems, Eumidian Terra Botanist, Ruinous Rampage. Ooh, you got a Petrified Field. Very nice. And a bioengineered future for your rare, a Caveron Harrier as your foil, and a foil island with a Lander token. Not too shabby, not too shabby at all. There's a ghost in my home, but it's better than being alone. Alright, Knight, let me hot hands you another Modern Horizons 2-pack. Ha! This one. I can feel it in my nuggets. That's a... I miss that movie. Oh, I miss that movie so much. I gotta watch that movie again. You guys know what I'm talking about. Let me see if you guys know what movie I'm talking about. Alright, here's your art card. That is a beautiful art card. Colors on that are phenomenal. Gotta see which one this is. Radiant Epicure. Very nice. Alright, we got a mountain. Beautiful mountain. A Wave Sifter. You don't want to know? Dude, it surfs up. Burdened Aerialist. When it enters, create a treasure token. Sacrifice a token. This is very cool. Floodhound. Hey, little guy. Parcel Mirror. Crack Open. This is a great green removal. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Create a treasure token after. It's pretty solid. I enjoy running it instead of things like Beast Within. Filigree Attendant. Veldekin Infiltrator. Rashadin Dockhand. Quiron Ranger. Rakdos Headliner in the thumbnail. Rift Sower in the foil. And that's the pack. It is. It's really good. Huge fan. Alright, while I'm thinking about it, let me write something down. That's everything from the box, so we're gonna get back to doing some singles. Alright, up next is Tariel, Reckoner of Souls. It has Flying Vigilance and tap to choose a creature card at random from target opponent's graveyard. Put that card on the battlefield under your control. Bit expensive, but could be an interesting payoff commander.
When they sweat the technique.
All right, Henry going in for Tario. All right, up next is gonna be Findhorn Elves. Just some elves from Kaldheim. Tap for a green mana. Just a solid mana dork. Just trying to keep track of everything. Alright. Up next is going to be Ketis. Emberclaw Familiar. Whenever a commander you control deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to each other opponent, and it is a partner commander. This is very interesting. Kind of a little group slug partner commander. Could be interesting. Starting this up for just $1. So good. So good. Congratulations, Knight, on Ketis, Emberclaw Familiar. All right. Up next is going to be Rebic, Architect of Ascension, in the Etched Foil. Artifacts you control have protection from each converted mana cost among artifacts you control. And it is another partner. We'll start this up, just $1. Thinking after this, I'm going to throw up one of our hit singles. Maybe later in the night, we'll do a hit single streak. Like a Tyler's hit single streak sort of thing. Just all of the like more expensive cards but guaranteed hits. Put up some heat. I gotcha. I'm gonna start you guys off with a Shockland. This is gonna be Godless Shrine from EOE in the foil. Look at that. Now, the caveat with tossing these up is that it's gonna be a little bit more pricey depending on the card. For instance, this one is going to start at $5, but it is still a deal if you can pick it up at that price. This is going to be Godless Shrine. Y'all fighting over this Godless Shrine, I see. Alright, congratulations tonight. You're going to be taking home our Godless Shrine. We're going to get a little bit more spicy with this next one. We're going to be tossing up the Aether Spark. The Aether Spark. And again, this one has to start a little bit higher. The Aether Spark. Not any old Aether Spark. This is the Aether Spark, dude. The one and only. Oh, not the one and only. There's other printings, but, you know. This is going to be starting at $10 as a starting auction. Now, the thing is that most of these do not start at market price. We start them below market price for the bidding. So this isn't the market price. This is below market price for the Aether Spark. Alright, congratulations to GOG. And congratulations on getting bronze tier. If you have any tokens that you've been meaning to pick up, you can let us know. We'll put some in with your shipment. So if you're looking for like treasure, you're looking for goblins, you're looking for ooze, you're looking for angels, just let me know. I'll put you down for it and I'll toss them in with your pack at the end of the night. In the meantime, let's see what up next is going to be another card from Aether Drift. We have Stock Up. Stock Up will be starting at $5. How's everyone doing tonight? I see we got a lot of people hopping in. We're just doing some singles. I got a stack of hard case hits here. They're going to be starting for higher than $1. I'll still do dollar singles in between. I'm going to do like a little bit of trading off, like some higher up, some back in the dollar range. But I got a whole stack here. Some real good stuff. We already sold a Shockland. Alright, this will go on the bottom. Alright. Up next is going to be a favorite by a lot of people. We have a Roaming Throne. Just double check. Alright. Roaming Throne. Let me just double check something real quick. Make sure I'm not losing my mind. Alright, yeah. We will be starting Roaming Throne at $16, half market price of its $32 value. Pressure keeps changing where I am because of the weather, and it's starting to bother me, dude. It's getting annoying. Congratulations tonight on the Roaming Throne. Alright, up next is going to be a Cavern of Souls in the full art. Look at that beauty. When it enters, choose a creature type. You can add a colorless mana or a mana of any color to cast a creature spell of the chosen type. And on top of that, it can't be countered. We're going to be starting this at $14. There's a fly in the office. If y'all see me start swinging out of nowhere, no, it's a fly. I'm not crazy. Congratulations to Henry on taking home our Cavern of Souls, and congratulations on Gold Tier. If you have any tokens that you need, let me know, and I'll start looking for them for you. I'd say, yeah, no. I don't know where he went. At one point, he started sneaking around the, things up here. Just kind of, I don't know where he went. I think he went behind me, so couldn't tell you. All right, we're gonna do one more hit single before we go back to our $1 singles. Yeah, we'll do that. Alright, up next is going to be Vault of Champions. It enters tapped unless you have 2 or more opponents. It is going to be Orzhov colors, so white and black. And this will be started at, I forgot to check. Okay. We'll start it off at 7. Goodness gracious. Congratulations to Hupcake. You're going to be taking home the Vault of Champions. Alright, let's get back to our $1 singles for a little bit, just to ease off the heat, save it for the rest of the night. Up next, we have a Willow Rush Verge. Tap for a blue or for a green. Activate only if you control a forest or an island. We'll be starting this one at just $1. Alright, congratulations to Corey for taking home the Willow Rush Verge. Make you a bag real quick. Whoop. All right. Up next, we have an Oil Deep Gear Hulk in the full art foil. It has lifelink, ward 1, and when it enters, look at target player's hand. You may choose a card from it. If you do that, player discards that card, then draws a card. Start it up for just $1. Night Pop. Hope you guys are all having a good night so far. We're about an hour into the stream, so I'm going to be starting up a giveaway pretty soon, so stick around. For the folks who might be watching and thinking about hopping off, we're going to be doing a giveaway, so now's your chance to be able to grab one of our promo cards. And congratulations to Henry2469 on winning the Oil Deep. Alright. Up next is gonna be the Dominion bracelet. Is it just me, or does it look like it's Karn wearing the Dominion bracelet? Thanks, Pop. It looks like it's Karn wearing the bracelet. And that'd be interesting if it is. And it's just like a sneak way of showing us, hey, we might be bringing Karn back. But either ways, it's gonna be starting for just $1. It does. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Cool. I was about to say, it looks like Karn. And Karn is one of my favorite characters. Also, congratulations to Knight on taking this one home. So I would love to see him back. I would not be opposed. Alright, up next is going to be a Famished Worldsire. A Leviathan with Ward 3, Devour Land 3, and when it enters, look at top X, where X is creature's power. Add a number of lands among them onto the battlefield, tap, and then shuffle. I'd say it looks like Karn. And so that's why I was curious. Like when I first saw it, I was like, that's strange. I don't remember reading him in any of the stuff. Alright, congratulations tonight on taking home the famished World Sire. And it is time to start up a Givey. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the Givey right here. I'm gonna grab one of these. It's going to be another Crippling Fear, as always. And another Mayhem Devil. Little anime guy there, I guess. I guess that's what the kids are into these days. They love their anime, so who am I to, you know, shut them down? Alright, folks, make sure to hop in that giveaway. Let's see, move that back a little bit. In the meantime, we're going to keep running through these singles. Alright, up next, we have a full art Lord of the Undead. Other zombies you control get +1/+1. This will be starting up at just $1. Very nice looking card too. Whew. Congratulations to Corey on taking home the Lord of the Undead. The full art too. Alright, up next is going to be Riptide Gearhulk. Double strike prowess, and when it enters for each opponent, put up to one target non-land permanent that player controls on top of its owner library, third from the top. So you take a card on their battlefield, put it third from the top under their library. It's weird, but interesting. Start this one up at just $1. The Gearhulks and Aether Drift were very interesting. I kind of like the design philosophy they went with them, of making them, giving them like an ability, like, you know, a good amount of abilities, and then giving them a really unique sort of ETB of like, this one puts cards in the library, this one makes an opponent mill, this one, you know, like it was interesting to see the stuff that they did. Congratulations to Hupcake on the Riptide Gearhulk. I was actually a really big fan of how they did the design for those. Alright, up next is going to be Maya Bretagard Protector. Other creatures get +1/+1, and whenever a land enters under your control, create a 1/1 white human warrior creature token. Very good for your Selesnya human decks. You'll run Ninjutsu Fairies? Ooh, that's dastardly. That's sneaky. I kind of like that. I kind of want to see that now. Oh, I love this song. Oh my gosh, I love this song. That's kind of cool. I can't even lie. All right. Up next is going to be the Ancient One. Not any old Ancient One. The Ancient One. Descend 8, and it cannot attack or block unless there are 8 or more permanent cards in your graveyard. And you can pay 2, a blue and a black, to draw a card, then discard a card. And when you discard a card this way, target player mills equal to the mana value. We'll be starting this one at just $1. So the folks that we got joining in, welcome, welcome. Make sure you hop in that giveaway. We're going to be giving away 2 promo cards, and I hope you stick around. After the giveaway, I'm going to do a little bathroom break, and then we're going to go back to throwing up some hits. I got a stack of hard case singles here, all solid stuff. I've seen Shocklands, I've seen special treatments, I've seen all sorts of crazy stuff in here, and there's so much more to come. So I hope you all stick around. Let's see, do I have time? We're gonna wait for this TV to go up. Also, do not forget, we have stuff in the bin. We have EOE, we have collector boosters, we have Modern Horizons 2 packs, all ready to be opened. So if that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and take out a look. We'll open it here on stream or send it to you sealed. But other than that, this TV is about to go off in about 10 seconds. So good luck. Hop in before it closes out. And cross our fingers, cross our toes. Hope it's you. Bam! Wolfie2301, congratulations on being the winner of our giveaway tonight. You are now the proud owner of a Crippling Fear and Mayhem Devil. Alright, I am going to take a quick break. I will be back in just a few. And we're back. All right. Let's see, make sure I didn't make any crazy sales while I was gone. All right. Let's get back into the thick of it. I think it's time to start throwing up some more wonderful singles. For the folks that stuck around, I got a real good one for you. Up next, we have Fierce Guardianship. If you control a commander, you may cast a spell without paying its mana cost. Counter target non-creature spell. Due to the value of this card, I'm going to be starting it not that much. Hold on. I am terribly sorry. Oh no. Shit. Oh, wow. Y'all are filling this up quick. Okay, for $23, it's gonna go tonight. Wow. Whew. I nearly panicked there for a second. Congratulations, y'all, on the Fierce Guardianship. Wow. I'm not gonna lie, I think I appreciate it, and I think my boss might have started wailing on me if he found out I sold a Fierce Guardianship for $1. Oh man. Okay. Let me catch my breath. All right. Our next single we're gonna be tossing up is gonna be Ice Till Explorer. Yeah, for $1 would be the steal of a century, and I saw y'all going in, and I felt so bad. I felt so bad, and I panicked. The Ice Till Explorer is gonna be starting at $2. That's what we have it put down for. Up next, we have Ice Till Explorer. Play an additional land each turn. You may play lands from your graveyard, and whenever you land enters under your control, you may mill a card. I really appreciate it, Knight. You really saved me there. I owe you big time. If you have any tokens that you're looking for, let me know. I'll toss them in with your package, just for doing me a solid there. I really appreciate you. Congratulations to Van Jackson. Bear tokens? I gotcha. Don't sweat it. I'll find you bear tokens. Don't sweat it. I gotcha. And Van Jackson, I bagged up your Ice Till Explorer. All right. Up next on the auction block, we have an Exalted Sunborn. Angel Wizard Flying Lifelink. If one or more tokens would be created, twice that many tokens are created instead, and it has Warp. So this can let you do some pretty wacky shenanigans with it. We're gonna be starting this one at $9. All right, this one's going to Beto Teku. Congratulations. Yeah, they have. They've been coming up with some crazy token doubler stuff. I mean, they've been letting, Mardu token players, like, eat good recently with, like, what they can do with tokens. It's gotten to the point that, like, almost every single time I'm playing against, like, whether it's Zergo, Kaisar, there's just been some crazy stuff happening every single time. And it's like, I can't keep up. Like, I think we all know about the, the Perforos. Yeah, with Perforos, it deals 2 damage to each opponent whenever one enters. Yeah, Elspeth with Tarkir, Ogier. Yeah, Ogier, Mondrak. Selesnya players rejoice. But the big thing I've been seeing is being able to get all these token doublers with Mardu, having Perforos on the battlefield. Dude, if you can put down... I've seen a guy put down 24 tokens in 1 turn. And he had Perforos. So we all took 24 damage. And I was like, brother, it's like turn 6. It was nasty. It's been nasty. And like, I get it. There's crazy stuff happening in the game now. I just wasn't ready for it. Dear God, but yeah. Up next is gonna be Narcy, Fable Singer, a legendary creature, human bard. We're gonna be starting this one up at $7. This has, whenever you sacrifice an enchantment, draw a card, and whenever the final chapter ability of a saga you control resolves, each opponent loses X and you gain X, where X is the saga's mana value. So this is a very interesting, what is that? What is Abzan Sagas. Interesting. Haven't seen too much of that, I'm not gonna lie. That is an interesting card. Could be a fun, yeah, it could be a really fun saga commander. I see, like, for sagas, I wouldn't really put Tom Bombadil. This could be a good alternative if you don't want to run, like, Wooburg sagas. This could be a fun saga. Because this one is, like, specifically for the value of sagas. Also, Beto Teku, congratulations on taking this one home. Your Terra, Magical Depth, and then go crit. I believe that. Actually, yeah, that sounds crazy. Sounds very crazy indeed. Alright, up next is going to be Retrozz, Titanic God Core. Enters tap for a blue, and once it gets stationed up to 12, tap for blue equal to the amount of artifacts you control. I have this in my, my Urza deck. Because I run the Esper Urza. This is going to be starting up at $10. Good night. I do it as a go wide constructs deck, so I think it's really fun. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. I forget about the other. Congratulations to Papadino on taking home the Retrozz. I forget about some of the other Commander Masters, like, decks, like, that exist. Like, I just completely ignore them because, that's, like, not by choice, but it's just because there was, like, what is it? What were the Commander Masters decks? I don't even remember. I know there was 4, yeah. Yeah, because there was Eldrazi, there was Wooburg, and then there was the Wooburg Slivers, and then the Planeswalkers one. And so I feel like the Enchantress one just kind of got, like, overshadowed by 3 big, like, I feel like at the time, popular types, you know? Like, Eldrazi were, you know, pretty crazy. Slivers are always going to be slivers. Just, you know, being able to do whatever. Because slivers are slivers and slivers be slivering. And then the Commodore Guff let Planeswalkers have a lot of fun. I've thought about picking up the Commodore Guff Planeswalker Party 1. Just because I recently got Comet and I want an excuse to run Comet. But that's just me. Also, I'm happy you're able to pick it up, Papadino. Alright, up next is going to be Gemstone Caverns. Mark, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. That was a moment of fear. That was a moment of genuine terror. Like, I need you to understand, I thought my job was almost on the line. Because that is a monumental, like, kind of goof up. That's not a, oh, he accidentally opened someone's pack when they didn't want it opened, or, oh, whoops, he, you know, forgot to sleeve a card that's only worth, like, $5. That's a, you sold a what for $1? Yeah, that would have been hands thrown on me. I have a feeling. And you best believe I'm double checking, making sure that I'm selling all of these for the right price. That's why our next card, the Gemstone Caverns in the Stellar Sites, is going to be starting at $15, but still a good pickup. It was, oh wow, it was a genuine moment of like, oh my gosh. That's true. That's so true. I couldn't imagine. Oh my. Oh, I couldn't imagine. Congratulations to Hubcake on the Gemstone Caverns. I would have lost my mind. Cold kicking and screaming. I don't need my blood pumping anymore, alright? I don't know if you guys can see this. I got a heart monitor on right now. I got enough issues as is. I don't need anything else to make me freak out. Alright, up next is going to be Entomb. Search your card for a library. Search your library for a card and put that card into the graveyard, then shuffle your library. We're going to be starting this one up at $7. It's okay. It's just standard, you know, checking in, making sure that I'm doing all right. You know, it's all good. Don't stress it. But it's the kind of thing of, like, I think they would be very concerned if they saw, hey, you kind of had, like, 2 events there, you know, where your heart just kind of almost stopped. You know? It's like, what was that all about? And I'd be like, well, you know, almost lost my job. Kind of crazy. Yeah, no way. Betsuteku taking this home. And congrats on Bronze Tier. If you have any cards that you're looking for, let me know. Like, any tokens. There we go. Any tokens that you're looking for. Not cards. I don't know why I said that. Any tokens that you're looking for, I can toss them in with your order. HLHS. Yeah. No, I get that. I have postular orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. Foil treasure? I gotcha, no problem. I will keep an eye out, and if we have any here, I'll toss them in with your package. Alright. Let's see. Do I want to go through all these this early on? Do I want to take a break? Should I keep doing the hits? I like watching the funny number go up. I think we're going to take a little break from the hits. We're going to do some more just simple dollar singles. You know, just to ease off the pedal a little bit. Up next is going to be a foil jumbo cactuar. We're going to be starting this at just $1. So the folks joining in, welcome. We have some hit singles, but we also got a new box of dollar singles, so I'm just running through all the new singles before I get working through the kind of box I have going here. Might toss up some of the OTJ singles that didn't sell from the OTJ stuff that I did on Thursday. So if you have like maybe a specific OTJ card you're looking for that's within the reasonable $1 bidding range, I can look for it. Also, congratulations to William Kett for taking home the Jumbo Cactuar in the foil. Alright. Sleeved up for you. Little fancy sleeve. Alright. Up next is going to be Annie Joins Up. When it enters, deal 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. And then any ability of a legendary creature, if it gets triggered, it happens an additional time. So a good piece of Naya removal and a ability doubler. So we'll be starting that up at just $1. Congratulations, Mtg W, taking home Annie Joins Up. Okay, this is a fun one. Up next is going to be Esoteric Duplicator. Whenever you sacrifice Esoteric Duplicator or another artifact, you may pay 2. If you do, at the beginning of your next end step, create a token that's a copy of that artifact. So essentially, you get to recreate it after sacrificing it. It's kind of a fun card. It's from the big score. We'll be starting it up at just $1. Yeah, it's kind of a fun card for like artifact sacrifice and junk like that, because you can pay 2 just to get it back, and that's any artifact. Hey, congratulations to Goreen. You'll be taking home the Esoteric Duplicator. Sleeved up for you. Alright. Up next is going to be Desertion. In the full art, counter target spells, an artifact or creature spells countered this way. Put that card onto the battlefield under your control instead of its owner's graveyard. Starting this up at just $1. Very interesting counter spell. Alright, congratulations, Knight. There it is. Full art Thrumming Hive in the foil. Look, how much would that cost? Because depending on how much it costs, I don't think I'm going to have that here. But you are always welcome to go check the Tap and Roll website. Let's... I can check. I'll check through my singles box. Full art Thrumming Hive pool in the foil. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look through the box. I'll see if I can find it for you. If I can't, I'll let you know. It's gonna be a little bit. I'm gonna just toss up some cards in between, though. Up next is going to be Bristlebud Farmer. It is a plant druid with trample. When it enters the battlefield, create 2 food tokens. When it attacks, you may sacrifice food. If you do, mill 3 cards, put a permanent from among them into your hand. Yeah, let me see if I can find that. I'm curious. I might have that, but I would need to look. Any Molchat Doma fans here? Alright, congratulations to Van Jackson on the Bristlebud Farmer. Perfect. In the meantime, while I'm still looking, we have a website. It'll take you to our single store, and it can either ship through TCG Player or you can pick it up at the store. But it shows all the singles that we have available. Up next is going to be Seer Vondum, Sunstar Exemplar. Starting up for just $1. It's tapandroll.com. You just look up Tap and Roll. It should be in Williamsburg, VA. You'll see on our website we have a section where it says MTG Singles. You can pop in there, take a look around, see what we got. We got a ton of stuff. I saw the fly. Snuck past me, dude. Evil little guy. Dastardly individual. Up next is going to be a Herd Heirloom. When you start this one for just $1, you can tap it for a mana of any color, spend it to cast a creature spell, or tap to give a creature with power 4 or greater whenever it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. It's not looking good on the From and High pool. Yeah, I'm sorry, Click-Clack, that's gonna be no Thrumming Hive pool. Hate to let you down, bud. But again, you are welcome to check the Tap and Roll store. If we have one, it would, yeah, most likely be there. No Secret Lair Deadpool here. That definitely would be available on our store, though. So if it's something you're looking for, feel free to check it out. I definitely wouldn't have it here, like on location, for our $1 singles. And it's not in our little hits thing that I got here. But yeah, you're free to check out the store. No borderless Urza lands. They're asking for. How much are the Urza lands running? Those are running for. Yeah, those are running for a good amount. All right. Alright, keeping up for our $1 singles, we're going to throw up a Stellar Scythe Shambling Vents. Enters tapped. We will be starting it up for just $1. The store name is Tap and Roll, same as the stream. It is Tap and Roll in Williamsburg. You will go to a website, you'll see a section. It should be TCG Singles. So hold on, let me try it. If I go to tapandroll.com, yeah. Go to tapandroll.com, you'll see TCG Single Store up at the top. You can check it there, and that takes you to our single store. We have Magic, we have Pokemon, Lorcana. That's right, it's Pizza Hut. It's actually just Pizza Hut. We're a Pizza Hut location. Congratulations to Corey. Start looking through some of these. Alright, up next is going to be a Evolution Sage. When a land enters the battlefield under your control, proliferate. Blow my nose real quick. Whew. wash my hands. You have hand sanitizer? Let's try to see if we got hand sanitizer here. Okay. Coming back. I'm back. Alright. I didn't see any Eldrazi in there. But I do have a Guff. Oh. Corey, did you grab up the Evolution Sage? Just double checking. Okay. You did? Cool, cool. Alright, this will go in your little baggie. Up next is going to be a Guff Rewrites History. This is a wordy one. For each player, choose target non-enchantment, non-land permanent that player controls. Those permanents' owners shuffle them into their libraries. For each player who controls one of those permanents, exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card, then put the rest on the bottom of their library in a random order. Each player may cast a non-land card they exiled without paying its mana cost. I would hate to cast that during a game. That is a mouthful of a card. Of what is essentially an overcomplicated Chaos Warp. That's a really complicated Chaos Warp. Yeah, Guff overpowered, bro. Guff be doing crazy stuff, I guess. Let me read some of his lore. I'm curious. What's Guff all about? I love the beginning of his wiki. Commodore Guff was a very old planeswalker. Congratulations, Botuteku. Oh, like he is? Like canonically, he's just overpowered? That's crazy. I lived in a hidden library on Dominaria. This library contained every book ever written, including the books that held the destiny of the multiverse. What? He rewrote the Phyrexian War so they lost? Yo, shout out my goat, Guff! Love my man, Guff. Literally gave them the plot armor that they needed so that they could win the Phyrexian War. That's insane. Guff erased the important parts since Phyrexia lost the invasion, but was killed by Yawgmoth in his Death Cloud form in a matter of seconds. Wow. That's crazy. Up next is going to be the regular Gitrog monster. No Kami lands. I'm sorry. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice the Gitrog monster unless you sacrifice the land. You may play an additional land on each of your turns, and whenever one more land are put into the graveyard from anywhere, you may draw a card. That's crazy. Just casually rewriting everything, you know what I mean? Like, we win. We win. J. Robert King, the writer of the Invasion Cycle, based Guff off of Scott How do you say that name? It's based off of another Magic writer. Although some people found Guff quite amusing, others were annoyed by his constant breaking of the fourth wall. He was breaking the fourth wall? What was he doing? What was Guff doing? Was he like, hey guys, make sure you cast Urza for 2 and a blue? What was he saying? Up next is going to be Rhythm of the Wild. Creatures you control can't be countered, and non-token creatures you control have Riot, so that's either haste or a +1/+1 counter. What was he saying, bro? You know, breaking the fourth wall, and being a little silly guy, being like... That's true. You could just pull a Deadpool at that point. Also, I'm looking at like an up-close version of the art of Guff Rewrites History. He's literally scribbling over it with like a red brush. Like just scribbling over ancient scrolls. That's really fun. white legendary creatures. I'm gonna take a look. Let's see what I got here. Put this one back away. White legendary creatures. Let's see. Why, by chance I do. I have Adeline, Resplendent Cathar. It is vigilance. Its power is equal to the number of the creatures you control, and whenever you attack for each opponent, create a 1/1 white human creature token that's tapped and attacking that player or planeswalker they control. A white legendary. We'll be starting it up for just $1. Alright, there we go. Let's see what else I got for white legendaries. Question, do they have to be mono white or do they just need white in them? Also, congratulations on snatching up Adeline. Make you a little bag real quick. Right. Up next is going to be a Path to Exile. We'll start it up for just $1. Wow, I keep looking for white legendary creatures. Of course, no problem. Wait, did you already say that? Or am I going crazy? Liliana's. Again, I'm gonna take a look. Liliana's. That's a white legendary. Let's see. I'm taking a look. Here's another white legendary. I have Tatataru Taru. It is a legendary dwarf advisor. When it enters, you draw a card and target opponent may draw a card. Whenever an opponent draws a card, if it is in that player's turn, create a tap treasure token. That ability triggers only once each turn. The Zendikar path is cool. I cannot deny. No, my little thing fell. I have to look through these again because I don't know if I looked through them or not. There we go. Oh, I got spicy singles. Do not worry. I got some spicy singles in here. Do not worry about it. Congratulations on Hubcake for taking home the Tataru Taru. Right. Up next is going to be a Swords to Plowshare. Grabbing this one for $1. If you need it for a deck, now's your chance. All right. Up next is going to be a Frenzied Bailiff, starting at just $1. Legendary white creature. This one could All right, congratulations, Corey, on taking home the Frenzied Bailiff. Let me tell you, today was a kind of a rough day because I was just standing in the rain most of today because we didn't close our rides. Up next is going to be Doron, the Siege Tower. Each creature assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Starting up at just $1. Goodness gracious. Oh, gotta wipe my eyes, dude. Yeah, definitely not gonna stay up too crazy late tonight, I can say that much. Whew. Alright, Betsu Teku, congratulations on the Doron, the Siege Tower. Up next is going to be Lair of the Hydra in the showcase. If you control 2 or more lands, it enters the battlefield tapped. Tap to add green or X and then green. Until end of turn, Lair of the Hydra becomes an XX green Hydra creature. It's still a land. X can't be 0. Flies back. I'm waiting for him to like get on a flat surface so I can just whack him. Come on. Get off the keyboard. Off the keyboard. We do not have any of the Sonic singles here. If we would, they would be in the shop. Where'd he go? Did he go in the keyboard? No way. That's crazy. Oh no, there he is. He's on the Capenna thing. Also, congratulations, Knight. I'm glad you've been, you got what you were looking for. There we go. No. Stay still. Oh, he's on the computer. Do we have a fly swatter here? Because I don't want to just whack it with the notepad if I don't have to. Okay. Oh, he's eluding me. He's sneaking away from me. I think he just went into the hall. He just went down the hall. Sneaky fly. And don't you be coming back. Oh, hey, Asylum. You caught me in the middle of my fierce battle with a fly. There's a fly in the office. Tater, I don't know if you're still here, but I got another white legendary for you. This is Halia, Guided by Light. Whenever it or another creature or artifact you control enters, gain 1 life. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card if you gain 3 or more life this turn. And it has Warp for 1 white. Starting this up at just $1. Well, I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you had a good time building it. Hopefully I get to see it one day, maybe in real life. There we go. Congratulations to William Kett. Whoa. What was in that got muted? Did it mute hell? That's weird. I was not able to find any Lilianas. I'm sorry. Toxic? Maybe? I don't know. That's weird. That was a weird thing to like mute up for no reason. No, very strange. Try it in your Alia or tokens deck. Gotcha. I don't think it was black. I would hope it wouldn't be just the word black got it censored. All right, up next is going to be a foil showcase Temple of the Dragon Queen. As it enters, you may reveal a dragon card from your hand. Temple of Dragon Queen enters tapped unless you reveal a dragon card this way or you control a dragon. I don't know what got it muted. You're loving the stickers? Yeah, my boss put stickers on our little single stand. There's even a little thing on the front that says, "Today I choose violence" with Emrakul. Try to put this back so you guys can see the card. I'd say I got a bunch of Magic stickers. They're all really fun. They're really fun. I think we got them off Etsy. I'll have to ask her where though. That's it, yeah, because I've gotten a few comments about them. All right, up next is going to be a little bit of a funny card. Up next is going to be Glarb, Calamity's Augur. Wow. Death Touch, you may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play lands and cast spells with mana value 4 or greater from the top of your library and tap to surveil 2. Glarb. Silly Glarb. I feel like Marcy would really like this card. I know Marcy loves frogs. I don't know much about Marcy. I've only met her like once, and it wasn't for very long. But I think Marcy would like Glarb, based off of her liking frogs. Little froggies. Oh, she's building it? That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. It's a really fun card. It is a really fun card. Just lets you top deck, just for fun. Betsu Teku taking this one home. Here's another legendary white creature. We have Skrelov, Defector Might, a legendary artifact creature, Phyrexian Might. Toxic 1, it can't block. Tap for a Phyrexian White, choose a color. Another target creature you control gains Toxic 1 and Hexproof from that color. Until end of turn, it can't be blocked by creatures of that color until end of turn. Cancellation. Let me double check. If there's a way that you can put in a cancellation through Whatnot, sure. If not, I will write it down and pass it on to Vicky, and we can try and get you your money back. I'll talk to her. You can put the request in. Okay, do that. I'll write it down and pass it along to Vicky, so that she knows. Yeah, I'd say if you could just put the request in, that'd be much appreciated. Other than that, I got you covered. Don't worry. I'm leaving a note for Vicky. Up next is going to be Tasha's Hideous Laughter in the foil. Each opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until that player has exiled cards with total mana value 20. Yeah, no problem, Goreen. All right, I am going to put that right here just so I don't forget about it. Holy smokes. Betsu Teku taking home Tasha's Hideous Laughter. I had some chili cheese fries earlier. Just sitting in my, like esophagus. Gotta wash it down a little bit. All right, up next is gonna be Falco Spara, Pact Weaver. It is in the little Nuka Penna border. I'm starting this one up for $1. Nifty little card. Yeah, I got some EOE. I can search through and see what I got. In fact, you know what? Oh, it's almost time for another It's time for another giveaway. I don't know why I said almost time. After the givey, I'll throw up the EOE hit that I got, because I got some hit singles. Congratulations, Mtg on Falco. So let me grab the giveaway real quick. Let me put these away. These ones didn't sell. So this can be put away. Move the mouse. Grab the giveaway cards. There we go. All right. The giveaway cards are going to be a Lifecraft engine and a Prosperous Innkeeper. Let me start up that giveaway. It's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. Just kind of drained. You know, had a lot happen over the past few days. Yeah, the Prosperous Innkeeper is really cool. I start community college tomorrow, so kind of excited, I guess, but also very anxious about it. Just trying to have a chill stream with some tossing up some good singles. I appreciate you, Jag. All right, up next on our spicy singles though is going to be first college course. Not my first time going to college. I did 2 years of art school. It's actually where this sweater came from. D's good degrees. Yeah, I try to keep myself at least B's. But I did 2 years of art school before coming back home. I'm now going to be doing science and history and something related to that. So that could be archaeology, geology, humanitarian studies. Oh, that's cool. It's very good to hear. Up next for the spicy single, we're gonna have Zergo Storm render. This is the Precon Commander. We will start it up for just $1. But it's just kind of anxious because I spent 2 years going to art school, spent a lot of money, and so now it's just kind of mixed feelings about going back to school after doing school for 2 years, realizing it wasn't something I wanted to do, but I thought it was something I was gonna love. I'm thinking something science history related. Huge fan of science and history. Those are always my big two in school. Boteteku, congratulations on the Zergo. Let me get it. Oh, it's already sleeved up. Perfect. Up next is going to be Kodama of the East Tree. It's just kind of a bag of I'm not sure yet. I know it's something in that field though. So whether that's archaeology, human geography. It isn't too expensive. I mean, I'm paying for my first semester fully out of pocket. I'm gonna see if I can pay for my second semester out of pocket. Wasn't able to get as much money this summer as I hoped. William Keck, congratulations on the Kodama. And so, but I've been able to pay for it so far out of pocket. And if I can do that so I don't have to take 2 years of loans, that'd be phenomenal. Up next is gonna be Thalia and the Gitrog monster. It does. It has a great program, and that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the 2-year to 4-year college. Yeah, I know that. But I'm also kind of debating on going to William and Mary just because it is also a local school. And one of the things that really struck me with going to, because I went to college all the way up in Ohio, I was 500 miles away from home, and I really missed home. There was so much I missed about home. Congratulations, Van Jackson, on Thalia and the Gitrog monster. And so I'm thinking of going to William and Mary. It's a nice school. It's, close to home. Cleveland. You know what? I'll rep it. I went to the Cleveland Institute of Art. It was a pretty solid school. It had a lot of good connections for the art students there. It really set you up to do well. But art wasn't for me. I like doing it as a hobby. That's true, yeah. The program admission recs are just difficult for no reason. But I went to CIA. It wasn't a bad 2 years. I'm not gonna say I had a bad time there. I had a good time there. It had its ups and downs, but I recommend it to other people if that's what they want to do. All right, up next is gonna be Cathar's Crusade. Start this one up at just $1. Yeah, I'd say that is an interesting position change. I was actually going for game design. I wanted to work on a game like Magic, but I very much realized that... Thanks, boss. I very much realized that, hey, congratulations to Dark Kojiro on winning our giveaway. I just realized that it wasn't something that I was going to be able to do because I like doing art as a hobby and I wouldn't be able to just do the game design stuff. That is a very difficult sort of position to get into. Alright, these cards are for Dark Kojiro. And then the Cathar's Crusade is going to Van Jackson. Congratulations. Go for a raise, yeah. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know if I've done enough work yet to warrant being like, so, how about a raise? I was about to say, I don't think I could do that now. Yeah, no, it was interesting. We did a lot of gaming philosophy in like our first semester, and it was actually a lot of fun. We made board games, and I had a ton of fun doing that. And so, yeah, I had a good time with the philosophy, and that's why I love doing this with Magic, because talking about the cards, how they design the cards, and how they do all this, it's really funny. Yes, I have been selling those. They've been selling like hotcakes, Vicky. They do not stress. That is it. There's a lot of change. It is a very volatile field right now, so I did want something with a little bit more security. In fact, we're going to be starting up one of our another one of our hit singles. This one is going to be started up for $9, but it is a strip mine in the Stellar Sites. Starting this one up for $9. And so I figured I could always do it for fun. It was something I could do on the side. It's not something that I have to do all the time. Dap, how you doing tonight, bud? Yeah, the Williamsburg is a very rich history place, and so there's a lot of job opportunities here. Oh yeah, Virginia bleeds history. Betsy Teku, congratulations on the strip mine. So yeah, I can stay close to home. I'm waiting for sleeping bills to put you out. I feel you on that one. I'm doing alright. Just kind of taking her as she goes, you know? It has been a hectic last few days, so I'm just trying to kick back, relax, put up some good singles. Alright, up next is going to be an Achroma's Will. We'll be starting this one up for $6. That would be interesting. I don't know if I'd have the stomach for that. I'm going to be honest, Goreen. I'm a very kind of empathetic person, and even just learning about it and learning about other similar events broke my heart, you know, and made it very like a glooming outlook on how I viewed the world for a little bit. So I have a lot of respect for the people who work around that event still. It was a horrific tragedy. It's you know, a shame that it happened. But on a much brighter note, congratulations to Van Jackson on the Achroma's Will, and congratulations on hitting bronze tier. I do not believe I have a Dolmen Gate, but you're free to check the Tap and Roll single store on our website. Just go to tapandroll.com, go to our TCG single store, and you can look it up there. Ben Jackson, if you have any singles that you're looking for, let me know. I can find them for you. I think I actually might have sold a Lumra the other day. I'm sorry. Roman history is a fascinating thing, but I almost thought about going into learning more about Roman history, but then it got really bloated with a lot of people, and I will be lying. I'd be lying if I said, I'm not a hipster. I went to art school. I'm very much a hipster. Dap, going in for an EOE play booster. Would you like to pick from somewhere in the box, or would you like me to hot hands it? Okay, we can get me one? Gotcha. Cool, alright, yeah, check back Thursday. I'll have a Lumra for you. Okay, I'm just gonna write this down so I can at you. Alright, there we go. I'd say Vicky's got the connections. She can make things happen. Alright, I will start hot hands. Like, mortify the Senate when he claimed to be a Kaiser Reborn and fought in the arena. Or Neuro, when we're not picking fast and address. That's kind of funny. You got access to Mike. That's also really funny. All right, I'm thinking these two right here. All right, let's see what we get. Both are hot hands. Mike access is the best to have. Mike is a magical man who can do many things. I don't even know, can he whistle? That sounds intense, Corey. Come on, Sliver Overlord, let's see it. Bright Spear Zealot, Sky Stinger, Caveron Turbo Drone, Graph Pack Monoist, Cryo Shatter, Chrome Companion, Doggy, Lost in Space, Blade of the Swarm, Pull Through the Weft, Sammy, Ship's Engineer, Breeding Pool, you got a Shock Land out of it, and a Terminal Velocity with a Divert Disaster afterwards, and a Plains and Lander. Let's go. We love to see it. Alright, let me grab a little penny sleeve. Hell yeah. We love to see it. Alright. Let's see what we get. Alright, we have a Peregrine Beckoner, Cryogen Relic, Squire's Lightblade, Gene Pollinator, Bombard, Mechanozoa, a Command Bridge, very nice, Caveron Harrier, Mouth of the Storm, Felgrav Ship, All Fates Stalker, Elegy Acolyte, Oreplate Pangolin, and a Plains. Not as hype, but not, you know... I can't lie, that one wasn't as good. That's true. At least you got the Shockland. Alright, let me just refresh the sold thing here real quick. Make sure I'm seeing all this right. Alright, let me make Dapper's bag. Do I have one for Dap? I do not. Let me make your bag real quick. All right. Have a good night, Dap. All right, up next, Wade. You went in for an EOE collector booster. Ooh, that means I have to grab a fresh one off the shelf. All right. Bam. Wade, would you like me to hot hands it, or would you like to pick? Wow, for real? Hot hands, I gotcha. Well, I mean, I know they already had me start to think about my my BFA before I even finished sophomore year. They were like, hey, you should probably start thinking about what you want to do for your BFA. And I was like, that's my senior year. But then they reminded me, your BFA takes up your entire senior year. Like, you take classes throughout your first 3 years. Then your senior year, you're supposed to take just like a bunch of your electives that you need to take so that you can focus almost solely on your BFA. All right, Wade, I'm gonna go with the way of the people that I've been recommended. We do have Bloomburrow collectors, and everyone always hops about R2, so we're gonna try R2 for you, see how that goes. I'm very curious. It should be marked in the bin for how much we're selling them. I'm just gonna slide that over. All right, do these have, okay, they don't have a tab. All right, there you go, you got your answer. If I can get this open. Good night. All right. All right, there we are. So, we got the Knight's Luminary, Biosynthetic Burst, Bright Spear Zealot, Swarm Color, Nanoform Sentinel, Tractor Beam, Survey Mechan, Dawn Strike Vanguard, Tapestry Warden. You have a Galaxy Foil Plains. That's where the hits start. Consult the star charts. Solar Array, Secluded Starforge. Ooh, Deserted Temple in the poster land. Very nice. 0 Point Valid. And a Lander token. Congratulations on your hits. Let's say pretty decent, not horrible, not, you know, nothing crazy, but still a pretty solid pack. Let's say everyone always says like, oh, R2's like the go-to, and so I wanted to give it a try. I wanted to see, you know, if they were speaking truth or blowing smoke, I guess. Maybe I should have gone with my aura capability. All right, up next is an EOE for Papadino. Would you like me to hot hands him? All right, Vic, where do you want to pick? Where do you want to pick, Vic? That's funny right there. Fourth on the left. Gotcha, gotcha. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoop. There we go. All right. Let's see what we get from an EOE play booster. Good luck, Papa. Good luck, Big Papa. Here's hoping for a sliver. All right. Decode Transmission, Cryogen Relic, Squire's Lightblade, Gene Pollinator, Bombard, Dark Endurance, Zookeeper Mechan, Galvanizing Sawship, Earthos Scionist, Monoist Circuit Feeder, Honor, ooh, a Rust Harvester in the full art, and a Dark Endurance foil with a full art Swamp and a Lander. Not too horrible, again. Nothing crazy, but not too horrible. I think, yeah, you got a spot on. There you go. How's the baby girl? How is the baby girl? I know not of this. Oh, okay, Papa's baby. Okay. I was about to say, I'm like, I hope you're not asking me. I'm like, I have a child? I would not be aware of this information. Alright, let's get back to some of these hit singles. I'm not a child. I could theoretically have a kid. It'd be quick, but I could have it. Alright, up next is going to be a Windswept Hearth. It is a Sackland. We are going to start this up at, let me double check, make sure I read that right. Alright, we'll be starting Windswept Hearth at $5. It is also a foil. Aww. Babies are cute. Not all the time, but they're cute. Oh, that's great to hear. Good to hear she's sleeping well. Tuteku, congratulations on the Windswept Heart. Yeah, you organized all your dinos, Jack? Very cool, very cool. Very cool. So cool. All 128. Old dino guy over here. Alright, up next is going to be a Polluted Delta. This is another Sackland, except this is a full art. We'll be starting this one at $9. Over half being Earthshaker Dreadmaws. Good night, dude. You should slide some of those my way. I'll sell a 50-pack of Earthshaker Dreadmaws. Someone will buy it. Someone will buy it. I'll be like, hey, I got a 50-pack of Earthshaker Dreadmaws here. You should totally pop in, grab one for each deck. Start using Earthshaker Dreadmaws as napkins, tissues, you know. Start writing notes on the back of them. Betsuteku, congratulations on the Polluted Delta. Alright, up next is going to be an Endurance in the retro frame too. Congratulations on the Endurance. Alright, up next is going to be another big hit. It is going to be Summon Bahamut. We're going to be starting this one at $10. That's almost all of them. I have one left. Congratulations to Betsuteku for taking on Summon Bahamut. And I have my last hit single of the night. This is it. This is all of them. We have Stock Up. Just double check the price on it. There we go. We're going to be starting this one at just $5. 5 smackaroos. They've been selling like hotcakes, dude. They've been popping off. And Corey, congratulations on the stock up. I'd say they sold like that. It was crazy, man. Wade going in for another EOE collector booster. Would you like to pick, or would you like me to hot hands this time? You want me to actually hot hands rather than just do R2? You know, I'll actually go for a read. L4, gotcha. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. There she is. Whoop. All right. Hopefully this one, you know, a little bit better than the last one. Because the last one wasn't bad, but could have been better. I said, but yeah, no, I'd say, I was calling them hit singles. Those all sold relatively well. Yeah, okay, last pack was kind of cheeks. I didn't want to say it, but this one has an art card in it, so that's a good sign. Art cards always mean good signs in my book. They all sold really quickly. We have the Wormwall Sweeper, Comet Crawler, Cov Landseeker, Flight Deck Coordinator, Galactic Wayfarer, Blade of the Swarm, Earthos Exile, Close Encounter, Desculpting Blast. You have an island in the regular foil. You got a Shockland, you got Stomping Ground, you got an Insight Engine, you got the Viewport View Breeding Pool Shockland. There you go. Much better. We got a Motovolt and an Emissary Escort with a full art of Arch Enemy's Charm. Congratulations, Wade. Wow, 2 Shocklands. Very nice indeed. Yeah, no tomb, but you know, it's still, I'd say, hey, 2 Shocklands, with one of them being the Viewport, is still not too bad in my book, in my opinion. But I mean, hey, if you're gunning for the tomb, I get you. Let's see what time is it. 9:30. Wow. Let's get back to selling up some of these singles. All right. Up next, I got Cultivate. Search your library for up to 2 basic lands, reveal them, put 1 on the battlefield, 1 into your hand, and then shuffle. A nice little full art showcase sort of deal. Starting with this one, just $1. Did I not start this one, or did it just not go off? I think it just didn't go off. All right. Up next, I got the Is it Niv Mizzet? It is the Is it Niv Mizzet. This spell can't be countered. Flying whenever you draw a card, it deals 1 damage to any target opponent. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, draw a card, starting at just $1. What? That was funny, Jack. That was funny. Whatever. It was funny. I'm a funny guy. I'm doing my best out here. I'll shake my legs out real quick. Woo. Woo. All right. 7 out of 10. Hey, that's above average. Let's take you. Congratulations on the Is It Niv Mizzet? Yes, it is. Up next is the Cruelty of Gix. Cool little guy. Cool big guy. I don't know why I'm saying little guy. I'm kind of tired. It's crazy. It's only 9:30 and I'm like getting eepy. It's not right. Alright, so knowing the Cruelty of Gix. Up next is gonna be World Shaper, the Merfolk Shaman. When it attacks, mill 3, and when it dies, return all land cards from the graveyard to the battlefield tap. Oh, right my eye. Holy smokes. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm getting so tired. It's strange. Alright, Betsu Tech, congratulations on the World Shaper. Oh, I'm going so eepy. Up next is going to be a Heroic Intervention. We'll be starting this one up for just $1. The anti-board wipe spell in my book. I try to keep one of these on hand for my green decks. Congratulations to Hupcake. I saw you were kind of fighting for that one. All right, up next is an EOE single, Weapons Manufacturing. Whenever a non-token artifact you control enters, create a colorless artifact token with the name Munition. With this token, when it leaves the battlefield, deals 2 damage to any target. Congratulations to Hupcake on the Weapons Manufacturing. I've been meaning to pick one of those up. I'm gonna put it in my blaster deck once I get Ferret as well, so I can start sacrificing munitions and then getting benefit from it. I just think it'd be fun. A nice little crossover there. All right, let's see what else I got in here. Let's see what else I got in here that's like kind of... Alright, I got a little red enchantment aura bundle here. We have Food Fight. Artifacts you control have 2 sack the artifact. Deals damage equal to any number any target equal to 1 plus the number of permanents named Food Fight you control. Shiny Impetus. Vow of Lightning, Demonic Ruckus, and Infectious Bloodlust, all for just $1. That's foul, Vicky. That's disgusting. You make me sick. Ugh. 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 right. That's actually just evil. You're right. I didn't want you to play blue. I didn't tell you to play blue. No, I don't think anyone said, "Nah, Vicky, play blue. Stop being a coward, man." No, I don't think anyone disagreed with you. I think everyone was like, "No, yeah, you're right. We don't want you to play blue. That sounds pretty gnarly." We're gonna play dinos again. Board will be over. Up next, we have Merciless Eviction. For 4 and Orzhov, choose one. Exile all artifacts, creatures, enchantments, or planeswalkers. Shut up, Corey. Shut up, Corey. I don't want you to get competitive. I don't want my friends to get competitive because I don't want to get competitive. And then no one's having a good time because we're all trying to be EDH and none of us are. I played Blaster, dude. Blaster! Corey, congratulations on the Merciless Eviction. Vicky's Green Goblin Mask. Corey, congratulations on Diamond Tier. You're actually making me sick. You're making me fall apart here. Corey, if you have any tokens you're looking for, just let me know. Trying to make it sound like I'm crying here, but I see I'm smiling on camera, so it's not really. Do I have any land bundles? Is the sky blue? Is it blue? No, I think it's black now. Don't say uwu in my chat, Vicky. Never say uwu in my chat ever again. I have a plains, an island, a swamp, a mountain, and another island. Here you go, Jack. Started for just $1. I got some pretty lands for you. I'm at peace with myself. I cannot control the world around me. Everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. Yeah, no forests, rip. Yeah, what the heck? Alright, Jack, congratulations on the pretty lands with no forest. Here. I know this one has a forest in it. And I know it has a forest in it because it literally goes forest, forest, swamp, mountain, island, plain. Wait, so this one has 2 forests in it. No, not all forests, Vicky. You have 2 forests in every other land. See me after class. Jack, you heading out? Dude, I got forests for you right here. I got your forests. Yeah, one to make up for one not being in the last pack and one for this pack. Oh, there wasn't any funny to him. Okay. That was Bloomborough. You didn't see the little woodland creatures? Oh, okay. Alright, here's a mountain. Swamp. This is all Brothers War, by the way. I knew that. We have an island. If I yell at them, maybe they'll stay. A forest. And a plains. Guys, can we talk about my blaster deck? I really want to talk about my blaster deck. I really want to talk about it. Oh, let me get it while Jack is getting his brother's Warlands. You know, Corey, just because you said no, I'm going to start talking about it. I'm going to talk about Blaster for a second here. Also, Jack, congratulations on getting your land pack. These are all Brothers War lands, so that means they're really good lands because they're from the Brothers War set, so that makes them inherently good. That's how that works, by the way. I'm going to move this back a little bit. Shut up. Shut up. Blaster literally swang and beat the shit out of Soundwave. Canonically. What are you talking about? Blaster beat his ass. Sorry. Getting a little heated there. So, I don't know what you're talking about. So Blaster's inferior to Soundwave. All talk, no shock. Yeah, whatever, brother. Shut down. Grimlock is kind of the GOAT, though. I cannot deny. Grimlock stands on business, and I like that. Up next is going to be Shamid, Sleeper, Scourge. That's so real. Hey, Vicky, you should build Goldbug, because, fun fact, Goldbug is Bumblebee after he got rebuilt. So, Goldbug is literally Bumblebee. And there is a Goldbug card. And I have said card in the Shattered Mirror version. So, if you want to build a little Bumblebee deck, it's possible. But, you like Blaster, you toggle. Bro, what? What? People like Blaster, though. He's a cool guy who just runs around doing cool things. Up next is gonna be Munitions Massacre. Soundwave is evil. Yeah, that's fair. I forgot you're working on those bad boys. How are those coming along, by the way? I cannot wait for the horse deck. It's gonna be so funny, bro. It's gonna be so funny. Okay, I'm just taking out cards from my Blaster deck to talk about, because I got a lot I want to talk about for my Blaster deck. There's a lot of stuff happening here. A lot of plans in motion. You got some of the cards coming this week? That is awesome to hear. Alright, this is becoming a pretty popular Azorius Mill Commander. I have the Hope S-Thime from Final Fantasy. Should be ready for playtesting in a couple weeks. Awesome. I cannot wait to see it. I genuinely cannot wait to see it. But no, I'm taking out all the cards that I want to talk about here. That is evil. They're just jerks now. I'm trying to think of how I can work around that, the horsemanship and flanking. Congratulations to Boteteku for the Hope S-Thime. Up next is going to be Kami Whispered Hopes. Alright, here we go. You have 9 in there? Good night. Alright, there it is. That's what I was looking for. Alright. So, I wanted to talk about the upgrades I have made to Blaster from my time of playing with Blaster. Kami of Whispered Hopes. Congratulations to Boteteku. So, I added a 2-card infinite. There is now a 2-card infinite within Blaster. And it's interesting. It requires 2 cards, but there are 2 cards that can apply to one of the variables. The card that is required is All Will Be One. This is the whenever you put 1 or more counters on a permanent or player, All Will Be One deals that much damage to target opponent. Yeah. So there's that. And this can be triggered by one of 2 things. Quest for the Pure Flame or the Red Terror. Both of them essentially equal whenever a red source you control deals damage to a player, put a counter onto said card. This is just a quest counter onto Quest for the Pure Flame or a +1/+1 onto the Red Terror. So a red source will deal damage. I'd say this will trigger All Will Be One to put a counter onto a target permanent. This will be Quest for the Pure Flame or Red Terror. This will then deal damage off of All Will Be One, and they bounce off each other infinitely, essentially just burning out. Doing a burnout, killing everyone and everything that I can. And here's the thing, with All Will Be One, I can pick up, I can choose to do it to a planeswalker or a creature that I want off the battlefield first to prevent something. War Elemental. I'll have to think about that. It's mostly, I try to keep it to artifact creatures or enchantments. So the Red Terror is kind of an oddball, I'm not gonna lie. Because I just wanted to try and keep it a little bit different. While keeping it like kind of on theme as like a flavor sort of thing. I'll definitely look into it though. I have to look at War Elemental. War Elemental. I'll definitely have to look at that. That's interesting. Might have to pick that up to increase the likelihood of the combo popping off. It gives me another variable to look for. But the second thing I want to talk about was some of the Brothers War cards that I've included in here. I included 3 Green Brothers War cards that aren't artifact creatures because they all help in various ways. There is Sarenth, Steel Seeker. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land, reveal it, put it into your hand. If you don't put a card, you may put it into the graveyard. So it essentially lets me, because I do have a little bit of graveyard recursion in the deck, this lets me essentially either search for lands or put an artifact that I may want into the graveyard so I can scoop it up later. This was a very interesting ad, and I can't wait to see it pop off. Up next is Fauna Shaman, because it's just a tutor. I pulled it from a pack and I realized it was a tutor. I can discard a creature card, search for a creature card, put it in my hand. So a really solid 2-drop tutor that can let me do it consistently. A lot of fun. And lastly is another Brothers War card that I love and has become one of my favorite cards. I genuinely love this card with my whole heart. It is Teething Wormlet. It has Death Touch as long as I control 3 or more artifacts, which isn't a hard thing to do considering the fact it is an artifact deck. It just gives me a good Death Touch blocker, and whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under my control, I gain a life. If it's the first time it's happened, put a +1/+1 counter on the Teething Wormlet. So it lets me get a good build-up. And since I have other things that can boost counters in this deck and give counters to other things, this just felt like a good addition, even if it's not an artifact creature. So, it's getting a little bit late. I'm going to start the last call for the stream while I talk a little bit. So I'm going to start the giveaway as well. I'll give some time after the giveaway so the people who hop in can join in on the last call as well if they want to look around, peek anything. So that is going to be Crippling Fear and the Mayhem Devil. Okay, let me not get those sticking in the little thing. There we go. Alright, go to giveaways. Number 3. Alright guys, hop in this giveaway. I was recently also able to pick up Nature's Claim. It is a 1-drop, destroy target artifact or enchantment and control gain 4 life. Essentially kind of like a green, I think, Swords to Plowshares. Except it's limited to target artifact or enchantment. But for green, not too shabby. I've also added Maria, Scholar of Antiquity. Tap untap non-token artifacts to add a green or 2 to exile top card of my library, play it this turn. So kind of like an impulse draw sort of thing. Could be interesting if I know what's on top and it's a card that I want on the battlefield as soon as possible. I felt like it was an appropriate add. Lastly are going to be two little pet cards that I think can pay off well. I have a Ratfink District Mascot. This creature enters with a +1/+1 counter on it. I can remove it to deal target artifacts, destroy target artifacts, and whenever this creature attacks while saddled, put a +1/+1 counter on it. It's essentially just some more counter stuff, and it's a pet card. It's not something I'm going to get rid of, even if it isn't as optimal as can be, because it's not an artifact. I have Liquid Metal Torque. I can make it an artifact if I really need to, and it's just a little fun pet card. And then lastly, I have Bottle Golems, which when it dies, I gain life equal to its power. So if I can get a bunch of counters on it, have it die. If I can get like 10 counters on it, that's 13 health gained. And if I can bring it back, even better. So those are some recent additions and edits I have made to Blaster. I'm really excited. I love this deck with my whole heart. Yes, I do actually. I have Unnatural Restoration, return a target card from the graveyard to my hand, and it proliferates. I'm looking to get some other proliferation from green, because green does have some proliferate and red has some more restoration as well. So I'm gonna try and get some more of both of those. One of the cards I want to get is Farid, because it can create things, and whenever I can sack an artifact to get a bonus of one of them being a +1/+1 counter. I'm very excited. I love this deck so much. It has become my new pet deck. My pet deck used to be my outlaw deck. It is now Blaster, because I love Blaster so much. It's Gruul artifacts, it's +1/+1 counters in a unique and fun way that requires me to think about how I'm putting counters on things because of the modular mechanic. So if something dies, those counters don't have to disappear. So I can plan ahead with my counters, and it lets me think while I'm playing, and it's so much fun. To everyone that's joining in, thank you for listening to me, just ramble about Blaster for a minute. We're doing our last call of the night. So this is going to be our giveaway. There's going to be a few minutes after this, but now's the chance to hop in the box. So if there's anything you want to buy from there, now's your chance. We have sealed collector boosters. We have play boosters. We have commander decks. We have deck boxes. Let's give it all a look. Have I heard about my Lord and Savior Soundwave? Yeah, he's in my Urza deck, actually. Fun fact. I run the Esper Urza, and so naturally, I decided, hey, you know who would be a cool addition to that since it's a bunch of tokens? Soundwave. So I have the Shattered Glass Soundwave. Whenever one or more creature tokens you control deal combat damage to a player, exile target instant or sorcery card with mana value equal to its damage dealt from the graveyard. Copy it and cast it without paying the mana cost. Heat! Just straight heat. So like, say someone has mayhaps a Ruinous Ultimatum, and I can put Soundwave onto the battlefield. Insane. Insane. Just saying it. I was thinking about that because it almost happened one game where someone played a Ruinous Ultimatum, and then another player was able to exile that card from their graveyard because he had an ability to cast it again. I don't remember exactly what it was, but he somehow was able to cast it again. And so I was like, that's going to be really gnarly. But then Stu was like, hey, I can exile it. And I said, hey, wait a minute. What if you could exile it from someone else's graveyard and then cast it? Soundwave. And since my Urza deck is very much a go wide with a ton of creatures, so building up a heavy board state, to be able to retaliate like that and push, I'd say I would be the target of a Ruinous Ultimatum. It would be a good thing to put it on. So it just made sense. I feel like it'd be a good way to bite back if that does happen. Once again, to the folks joining in now, I'm just talking about my decks while we're doing our last giveaway. What's up, Flip? We're doing the last call, so I'm going to give a few minutes after the giveaway while I chat. If you guys have any questions before I go, take a peek in the bin if you see anything you want. There's been a fly in the office all day, and I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Come on, reveal yourself. Make yourself known. Congratulations to Xmas Babe for getting R2 promo cards. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? It's been bugging me all day. Hey, no problem. Thanks for dropping in. just gonna probably just wait for this song to pop off, then we're gonna raid out. See who's streaming today. Sure, I can do that. Yeah, I gotcha. No problem. Yeah, don't sweat it. Alright guys, I hope you all had a good night tonight and you all enjoyed the stream, but I will be closing out for the night. We'll be raiding out to Cleo. Raid. Alright, I hope you guys all have a good night tonight. Enjoyed your time. I'll see you all again Thursday for another spicy singles. I'll have more hit singles ready. But other than that, catch you guys on the flip side.